on Good Morning Northwest, Idaho and the firing squad. State lawmakers say choosing that method of execution is an act of mercy, where the bill stands this morning.
And our early spring weather continues today, but how long is this going to last? We'll find out when the warm weather ends in my First Alert forecast.
And boycotting Target for Lent, we look at who's behind a countrywide attempt to get you to avoid the retailer and why. You're watching Good Morning Northwest on 4 News Now. Thanks for starting your day with us. I'm Natalie Grant.
And I'm Robin Nance. It is Thursday, March 6th, and we start with breaking news this morning about the Department of Education. President Trump could decide this week to take the first steps to eliminate the department.
White House officials have prepped an executive order to begin the process of dismantling the department, which the president could sign as soon as today. Trump has long signaled his intention to close the department, but fully eliminating it would require an act of Congress. We will continue to follow the story as it develops throughout the morning.
Now let's get to meteorologist Matt Gray with your First Alert forecast for this Thursday.
All right, a little bit chillier this morning with some clear skies, but that is the key word. Clear skies and some beautiful weather on tap for us today. 30 degrees right now in Spokane. We're down to 28 in Coeur d'Alene, so a lot of us dropped into the 20s, at least briefly. Now that the sun's coming up, though, we should warm up pretty quickly. Here is your afternoon forecast. Perfect sunshine across our region. Barely a cloud in the sky. Temperatures will be in the low 50s in Spokane, upper 40s. We may see a few spots hit 50 in the Idaho Panhandle, upper 40s, low 50s on the Palouse, mid 50s as you work your way into central Washington. Overall, pretty nice and a decent number of degrees above our average, which is mid 40s at this point in the year. Breezy today as we are in between weather systems. We'll end up with a warmer weekend because the nice weather is going to continue for a little while. Next week, however, we're going to flip the script. We'll talk about some of those changes on the way coming up.
Firing squad could become Idaho's primary method of execution. A bill to do that is on the governor's desk.
Idaho's Senate voted 28-7 in favor of the House Bill 37, which would replace lethal injection as the standard form of capital punishment in the state. Now, if it passes, the state would have 5 days from the time a death warrant is issued to determine whether execution by a firing squad is available. If not, the state will defer back to lethal injection. The bill now goes to Governor Little's desk, where it can be either signed or vetoed. Idaho would stand alone as the only state in the country to make this the primary method of execution. Now, this bill was introduced nearly a year after the state botched the execution of Idaho's longest standing death row inmate, Thomas Creech. The state failed to administer the lethal injection 8 separate times in Creech's arms and legs in February of 2024. Now, this bill would go into effect on July 1st of 2026.
And this comes just ahead of an execution scheduled for tomorrow in South Carolina, where the state is expected to carry out America's first firing squad execution in 15 years. Brad Sigmund, who was convicted of murdering his ex-girlfriend's parents in 2001, chose this method of execution over lethal injection and the electric chair. According to ABC News, at least 144 people have been put to death by shooting since 1608. There have only been 3 since 1977.
Well, this morning there is trouble at Target. The retailer is facing a boycott by its shoppers.
Yeah, it stems from the company's decision to roll back its diversity, equity, and inclusion policies, eliminating hiring goals for minority employees and altering its diversity initiatives. Hannah Joyce at the Breaking Now desk. And Hannah, who started the boycott against Target?
Robin, Dr. Jamal Bryant, the pastor of New Birth Baptist Church in Georgia, started this boycott. Before this, the church had millions of followers, but now they have even more. Yesterday, many Christians kicked off the season of Lent, and for 40 days, Dr. Bryant is asking shoppers to give up Target.
Asking people to divest from Target because they have turned their back on our community. Black people spend upwards of $12 million a day, and so we would expect some loyalties.
And Dr. Bryant is not the only pastor calling for people to step back from Target.
If we do this strong and we come on strong, and we weaken Target and flex our muscle and let these other corporations know we are going to respond.
The goal of the boycott is to hold large corporations accountable. Now, Target isn't the only store to scale back on DEI policies. Walmart and John Deere are doing the same. This comes after the Trump administration pressured many retailers.
We've ended the tyranny of so-called diversity, equity, and inclusion policies all across the entire federal government and indeed the private sector.
Last month, sales at Target went down, and experts say with inflation and tariffs on the rise, the timing of this boycott could mean trouble for Target. As of now, Target has not commented on the boycott. Reporting in studio, Hannah Joy, 4 News Now.
Hannah, thanks. Well, the man accused of killing a 13-year-old Spokane boy had to hear pleas from the child's grieving mother in court.
She asked a court commissioner not to let Glenn Berkey out of on bail. He is the man accused of firing multiple rounds at a house during a drive-by shooting in January. One of those bullets hit and killed 13-year-old Gavin Looper while he was in the house playing video games. At Berkey's first appearance yesterday, Looper's mother addressed Superior Court.
And I am begging you and asking that you please hear the plea of a grieving mother and our community and keep this man where he belongs.
Renee Rogers said Berkey's pattern of violent behavior should keep him behind bars. The court issued a $2 million bond and no contact orders for several witnesses and Looper's family. Berkey is scheduled to appear in court again March 18th, where he'll have the opportunity to enter a plea.
In central Washington, search and rescue crews found the pilot killed in a plane crash. The Kittitas County Sheriff's Office says the small plane took off from Yakima and was on its way to Chelan Tuesday night. Then it lost all contact. Rescue crews searched the last known location of this plane from the ground and the air, which was around the rocky cliffs near the I-90 Vantage Bridge. The female pilot was the only person on board, and we have not yet been told her identity. Your Good Morning Northwest time right now, 6:06.
All right, we are checking in again with meteorologist Matt Gray, tracking those wind speeds for us.
Yeah, tracking the winds that are going to crank up later today. And if these kinds of winds is all we got to worry about, we are living right here as we head deeper into the month of March. We'll tell you how long this kind of early spring weather pattern will last coming up.
At 5 a.m. every day, a group of people meets here at Spokane City Hall and marches through downtown. They're advocating for change. We'll tell you how exactly they're doing that coming up.
And with a Middle East ceasefire in limbo, President Trump issues a threat to Hamas. What that is and how the terror group is responding. That's next.
Live stream KXLY Plus on the 4 News Now app.
Can you believe Northern Quest let me test drive their next Mercedes giveaway?
Pretty sure they said around the block.
Figure of speech. Besides, we had to see what it could do. Look at this beauty.
It's pretty.
I especially like the front view. Come have a look.
You have a look.
Play daily to win a brand new Mercedes SUV.
Are you okay?
Why do you laugh? Moving day never goes smoothly, does it? Let's just settle this little mishap.
Who do we always see on the billboards again?
It's the one call that's all, guys.
You deserve to be compensated fairly for everything you've had to go through.
One call, that's all.
509-999-9999.
Entertaining, innovating, fascinating, educating, a must attend. The 49th Annual Spokane Home and Garden Show starting tomorrow at the Downtown Spokane Convention Center. Hundreds of exhibits, quality products, expert services, creative ideas, designer vignettes, free seminars, and you could win a greenhouse. Play free mini golf for prizes, Barrels and Brews Friday, Mimosas Sunday, and so much more. Starting tomorrow at noon at the Downtown Spokane Convention Center. The 49th Annual Spokane Home and Garden Show, SpokaneHomeshows.com.
Oh, what a good time we will have. You can make it happen again.
Voltaren for long-lasting arthritis pain relief.
Your home is more than a place, it's a feeling, a reflection of who you are. And at the Tin Roof, we believe furniture should do more than fill a room. It should inspire it. From timeless dining tables to sofas you can sink into and decor that tells your story, every piece is thoughtfully curated to make your space feel effortlessly you. Because it's not just furniture, it's where memories are made, where comfort lives, and where life happens. It's more than furniture, it's a feeling.
Oh, are you all right?
Hardly. I stubbed my toe really bad.
Ouch, I hate that. Still, we should get this beauty back to Northern Quest before they send out a search party. Wow, such chivalry.
Yeah? Must have hit my head. Oh. Oh.
Play daily to win a brand new Mercedes SUV.
The 49th Annual Spokane Home and Garden Show, SpokaneHomeShows.com.
Good morning. It's 6:10. Here's a look at what's new on Good Morning Northwest. European leaders are meeting at a special summit today as the Trump administration pulls critical support for Ukraine.
This week, President Trump suspended military shipments to Kyiv following his heated Oval Office meeting with Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky. The biggest challenge for Ukrainian troops is the potential loss of the U.S.-made Patriot air defense systems, which are currently irreplaceable and help protect Ukraine against Russia's powerful ballistic missiles. French President Emmanuel Macron on Wednesday said his country needs to be ready for the U.S. to, quote, not remain by our side.
The U.S. is now negotiating directly with Hamas militants about the hostages and ceasefire in Gaza. This marks an abrupt change in U.S. policy, which for decades has refused to engage with groups it considers terrorists. The U.S. declared Hamas a terrorist organization in 1997. Yesterday, President Trump issued what he said was a last warning to Hamas to release all of the hostages in Gaza immediately. Trump wrote on Truth Social that he would send Israel, quote, everything it needs to finish the job, and warned that not a single Hamas member will be safe if you do as I say, or if you don't do as I say.
The U.S. is pulling back on auto tariffs for Canada and Mexico amid heightened trade tensions and GOP pushback. President Donald Trump granted a 1-month exemption on auto tariffs on the two countries, a move he said would protect the big three U.S. automakers from financial harm. Analysts say the tariffs could cause prices to spike on everything from clothing to electronics and produce.
10-second takeaway with your weather as we start a beautiful stretch of early spring conditions. Sunny and breezy today. It's going to be even warmer this weekend, but next week, lots of changes are on the way.
Well, make sure to mark those calendars because Pie Day is coming up next week, and Birdie's Pie Shop is already preparing.
Friday, March 14th is Pi Day, the annual celebration of the mathematical concept pi, a number that begins with 3.14. In honor of the special day, Birdie's Pie Shop is selling pies for $3.14 all day Friday. Birdie says they're going big with 20 different sweet pies available on Pie Day. Flavors include classics like apple, key lime, and lemon cream, and some non-traditional flavors like creme brulee, PB Jealous, and strawberry limeade. All three Birdie's locations will participate: Hayden, Post Falls, and Spokane. For more information and a full list of available flavors, find a link in this story on KXLY.com. And if you're going, you better plan to be there a while.
Oh my gosh, the line last year, I remember, was huge, just down the road here in Spokane. And I mean, those pies look delicious, so I understand.
Delicious.
And cheap, too. Your Good Morning Northwest time right now is 6:13.
48 teams on a quest for a state championship descended on Spokane. The state 1 and 2B tournament is in town. Coming up a little later, the action on the court and how special this week is for smaller schools around the state.
Under $20,000?
It's true, Tay. The Mitsubishi Mirage is only $17,740.
Wow, that's amazing. And we're discounting the award-winning Outlander for over $10,000?
Right again, Tay. Right now, over $10,000 below MSRP or $4,000 in 0% interest.
Hurry in, everyone. A rod of great deals. And remember, we're a rod of fun, too.
Lighting division across from Lowe's.
My name is Paul Daglin. I've been with Granite Concepts for coming on 19 years now. From the beginning, it's all about customer satisfaction and quality because we want you to be happy. Technology has changed the game of what we can do. If you can do it with wood, you basically can have it done in stone. At Granite Concepts, we want you to feel at home.
What are you up to, Alice?
Well, the nice mechanic asked me to check the pulleys.
Wow, I just realized you can see things we can't. I've always wondered what's in those small windows.
It's marketing.
So that's where they hide out.
Triple Play has fun attractions for everyone, including bowling, a ropes course, and many more, all attached to a cozy hotel.
What does dino casting call mean?
That seems bad. I'll get my resume ready.
Heart Royal Flush Tour 2025.
Barracuda.
March 11th, Spokane Arena. A journey through the hits and timeless classics. The iconic band returns with special guest Squeeze. Tickets on sale now at heart-music.com. Don't miss Heart and Squeeze live. Produced by AEG Presents.
Four News Now is brought to you by Super One Foods. Live stream KXLY Plus on the 4 News Now app.
Welcome back. Your time right now is 6:16. Every day, you can spot a group of people walking from Spokane City Hall through downtown at 5 a.m. Now, this walk isn't about fitness. It's about calling for change.
The Spokane Business Association, SBA, is leading the charge by asking Spokane City leaders to resolve the health and safety crisis downtown. Allison Martinez is live telling us a lot more. Did the walk wrap up?
Yes, good morning. We're here outside of City Hall, so we've completed the loop. We're done at this point in the morning. You can see we've got the group behind us kind of just debriefing about everything we've seen this morning. I'm joined by Gavin Cooley, who is the CEO of the Spokane Business Association. Can you tell us a little bit about what we saw today? Just do a little bit of a recap of what today's walk entailed.
You bet. What we're seeing is what we always see. We've been doing this for a couple weeks now, and each morning you see a lot of people, you know, tragically, you almost have to insulate yourself a little bit, you know, on the streets in cold weather, you know, on the ground, struggling, obviously dealing with mental illness or drug addiction and living in ways that people should actually never be living. And I think we know this is a small part of the broader problem of homelessness, but it's a very visible one that we see each morning when we walk around, and that's what we saw again today.
And this group is comprised of people from all different areas, different backgrounds. Can you tell us a little bit about that?
It's really an open invitation. It came around this kind of metaphorical almost invitation to the mayor to take her group out at 4 a.m. every morning, make it as uncomfortable as possible. And it's a little bit about that discomfort being a metaphor for the sense of urgency we feel about addressing a human tragedy. We know about one person is dying each day in Spokane from overdose death. And so that's a tragedy on a human level that you just can't imagine much worse. But it's also a tragedy for our downtown, which is really struggling. And so we really are arguing for a very urgent response to a very difficult situation, and we feel it's not getting better.
Yeah, and the people here, we have people who are representing the homelessness advocacy space. There's business leaders, just a whole group here every day at 5 a.m. Thank you so much for being with us this morning. We'll send it back to you guys in studio.
And here is a live look this morning on those conditions that that group is walking in. Pretty clear skies, but hey, that arena over there, a hop in place the last couple of days.
Indeed, that parking lot's about to fill up here in just a couple of hours. Matt Gray in this morning with a look at what we can expect today. It's going to be a nice day.
Yes, this is going to be probably the best day we've had since the weekend as far as the clarity of the sky and the temperatures as well, as we'll be solidly in the 50s. 30 degrees right now. Was a little bit cooler this morning with the clear skies that we've seen recently. We'll hover right around 29, 30 degrees here through 7 o'clock, and then we'll see our temperatures quickly pop up into the 40s with that added sunshine. We are continuing to track the winds out of the north, which flipped to the north yesterday. As we get into the afternoon, things are going to become a little bit gusty out there. We're in between storm systems. We got this storm that just missed us yesterday, and then a strong area of high pressure moving in behind behind it. That is going to bring us more beautiful weather heading into the weekend. But in the meantime, this very accurate line that I've drawn here, I'm not the artist of the family, that's for sure, is going to bring us a little bit of north wind today as we make that transition between the influence of these broader weather systems. And you can kind of see here that counterclockwise rotation there of those rain and snow showers that are going to be staying away from the inland northwest. So here's what we're talking about for gusts this afternoon from Coeur d'Alene north into the Bonners Ferry area. Gusts up to 25 miles an hour. Gusts 30 to 40 miles an hour from Oroville down the Okanagan across the Waterville Plateau and into places like Ephrata, Soap Lake, Grand Coulee, City, and Moses Lake. And we'll have some gusty winds around the LC Valley and the Blue Mountains as well heading into the afternoon. Nothing that's going to be severe or cause any major problems, but certainly a noticeable wind as we get into those afternoon hours. At least the temperatures will counteract that feeling some of the blusteriness and the chill of the northerly winds as we end up in the 50s later today. We'll see mid-50s in the Columbia Basin, upper 40s in most of North Idaho. Here's your extended forecast. Look at Sunday. It's going to be beautiful. Clouds building, though, and some wet weather is coming next week.
All right, well, we'll just focus on the now rather than the future here, Matt, if that's okay. Thanks, Matt.
It is now 6:21.
The State B tournament is well underway at the Spokane Veterans Memorial Arena. And coming up after the break, we're hearing from one family on what this special opportunity means for them. That's coming up just ahead in Morning Sports.
Live stream KXLY Plus on the 4 News Now app.
Life happens. Lucky for you, ICCU has a new kind of checking account that comes with benefits, including 24/7 telehealth.
Wait, through my ICCU checking account?
On it.
Along with a whole lot of other benefits you might need. Because being human is a full-time job.
For over 40 years, Parker Toyota has been dedicated to serving the people of North Idaho with top-quality used vehicles that exceed industry standards.
That's because every used car undergoes a rigorous 160-point inspection. If it doesn't meet our standards, it doesn't belong on our lot.
Providing the highest quality used cars and trucks is just the beginning of our commitment to you as a customer.
Come see our huge selection of vehicles and receive our no-problem customer service at Parker Toyota in beautiful Coeur d'Alene.
From London to New York and around the world, from the stage to the big screen, the worldwide phenomenon returns. The original, record-breaking production returns to Spokane. Mamma Mia! Celebrate the 25th anniversary of the most exhilarating smash hit musical ever. Fall in love all over again with Mamma Mia. Coming to First Interstate Center for the Arts June 17th through 22nd. Get tickets at BroadwaySpokane.com.
Hi, I'm Randy, owner of Rooter 911 Sewer and Drain.
Sewer and drain cleaning at half the price of the larger competitors.
24/7 service for all of your sewer and drain cleaning needs in Spokane, 535-3136.
Entertaining, innovating, fascinating, educating, a must attend. The 49th Annual Spokane Home and Garden Show starting tomorrow at the Downtown Spokane Convention Center. Hundreds of exhibits, quality products, expert services, creative ideas, designer vignettes, free seminars, and you could win a greenhouse. Play free mini golf for prizes, Barrels and Brews Friday, Mimosas Sunday, and so much more. Starting tomorrow at noon at the Downtown Spokane Convention Center. The 49th Annual Spokane Home and Garden Show, SpokaneHomeshows.com.
For March only, buy one window or door and get the second 40% off. Plus, get an additional $750 off your entire project. Schedule your complimentary consultation. Call Renewal by Anderson today.
Welcome back. It is now 6:24. Yesterday, we started with 48 teams entering the Spokane Arena for the State B High School Basketball Tournament.
And one of the teams featured on day one was the Wilbur Creston Keller Wildcats, the lowest seed starting in the tournament. Jack Wallace spoke with some fans who see more to that game.
Number 13,
Those loud claps and whistles are howled by Tim Studoff, a proud father here for his family.
It's a big thing. I've come here as a spectator, come here as a
team member and as a father, so it's pretty fun, pretty cool. It's a big deal.
And it's not just Tim here, but his son TJ, a sophomore football player.
It's awesome with all the people here today. I did not expect this many fans to come to the arena today.
TJ watched his sister compete to get to this game, dropping 3 of their final 5 district games to just sneak into the big dance.
They've had a tough road getting here, and it's good that they pulled it off.
No exaggeration from TJ here. The Wildcats are the lowest overall seed of the whole tournament, needing to win back-to-back loser-out games just to make it to Spokane Arena.
It means a lot to be able to make it to here. Just hope they have a good game and play hard today.
And man, play hard the Wildcats did, down to the final shot. A missed three-pointer right near the buzzer to just miss the upset, ending their season at 15 wins, their most since 2014.
So close.
I know.
What a season.
And while the state journey did end for the Welber-Creston Keller team, it's not over yet for so many more teams that are playing in today's quarterfinals, and the action all starts at 9 a.m.
Yeah, plenty more coverage to come tonight at 6 and Nightside on high school hoops. Good luck to those teams still in there, and, you know, way to get to the tournament to begin with.
Yes.
For all the others.
So fun.
It's now 6:26.
Well, this morning we have new information on the Idaho murderers case, how the defense plans to argue an autism diagnosis should remove the death penalty from Brian Kohberger. Plus, what was found under the fingernails of one of the victims. We'll tell you about it when we come back.
And synthetic braids are a go-to hairstyle for lots of people, but now there are concerns about the chemicals found in those braids. Hannah Joy is breaking down new research and how you can still wear braids without worry. That's next. And as we go to break, here's what's coming up on the first look on Good Morning America.
In this morning's GMA First Look, one-on-one with Octomom.
How are you?
It's been 16 years since Natalie Nadia Suleiman gave birth to octuplets, conceived via IVF. The single mother from California, who already had 6 other young children at home, faced withering criticism after it was revealed she received government assistance to support them. Now, after nearly a decade avoiding the spotlight, she's back, speaking out to GMA.
Why is now, for you, the right time to come back into the spotlight?
My whole family wants us to share our truth, to take our narrative back that was stolen from the media, particularly the tabloid media, because they were spinning, you know, one false narrative after another.
And coming up at 7 a.m., we'll have much more with Octomom, Natalie Nadia Suleiman. With your GMA First Look, I'm Juju Chang, ABC News, New York.
Despite being on an antidepressant, I was still masking my depression symptoms.
My doctor said it could be because my antidepressant alone wasn't enough, so she recommended an add-on treatment. She recommended adding Rexulti.
When taken with an antidepressant, Rexulti was proven to significantly reduce depression symptoms, more than an antidepressant alone.
So with my antidepressant, Rexulti could provide a boost.
Elderly people with dementia-related psychosis have increased risk of death or stroke. Antidepressants may increase suicidal thoughts and actions and worsen depression in children and young adults. Call your healthcare provider right away to report new or sudden changes in mood, behavior, thoughts, or feelings, or if you develop suicidal thoughts or actions. Report fever, stiff muscles, and confusion, which can be life-threatening, or uncontrolled muscle movements, which may be permanent. High blood sugar can lead to coma or death. Weight gain, increased cholesterol, unusual urges, dizziness on standing, falls, seizures, trouble swallowing, or sleepiness may occur.
Could adding Rexulti
be right for you?
Ask your doctor about adding Rexulti.
Live stream KXLY Plus on the 4 News Now app.
The 49th Annual Spokane Home and Garden Show, SpokaneHomeShows.com.
So you want somewhere to play? We got you. And want some tasty food? We got you. Heard you want to do some shopping? We got you. The live music is always popping at the Coeur d'Alene Casino. Coeur d'Alene Casino. Where winning is just the beginning.
We're on with what's new this morning.
What's happening now.
And what's next for you?
Get what's new now.
And next at 5 and 6 a.m.
Right here.
And right here at 7A.
Because we're on all morning long. Good Morning Northwest and GMA.
The Working Families Tax Credit isn't just for families. Individuals and couples can apply too. See if you or your family are eligible for this tax refund at workingfamiliescredit.wad.gov/eligibility.
We are bringing caring for the person who is dying back into their own family.
It's all about the person that's leaving this world, but it's equally about the family.
With the necessary supports to assure their comfort, symptom management, and accompaniment as they walk through those final days that for many can be very scary. With caring support can really be the fullness of living as a person dies.
Tee off in style at Circling Ravens' top-tier golf suites. Play more than 80 famous golf courses around the world. It's a hole-in-one for all skill levels. Visit cdacasino.com for details.
Winning is just the beginning.
From 4 News Now, this is Good Morning Northwest.
We start this half hour with 4 News Now story tracker and some breaking news this morning. President Trump could decide this week to take the first steps to eliminate the Department of Education. White House officials have prepped an executive order to begin the process of dismantling the department, which the president could sign as soon as today. Fully eliminating the department would require an act of Congress.
March's full moon is called the worm moon, and it's extra special because it will be a total lunar eclipse. It's the first in nearly 3 years to be visible across the U.S. Next Friday, March 14th, the moon will look a striking red color. A total eclipse happens when the moon is full and aligns perfectly with the sun and the earth. Unlike a total solar eclipse, the celestial event doesn't require that special eyewear.
Pokemon memorabilia can fetch some pretty wild prices, but this one takes the crunch. It's a flamin' hot Cheeto that resembles the character Charizard. Nicknamed Cheetozard, somebody bought this spicy snack for almost $88,000. It was discovered sometime between 2018 and 2022 before Golden Auction House sold the item. But that's where the answers end and questions begin. The biggest two being, how was this particular Cheeto formed, and why did someone spend so much money on it? Perhaps the best answer was supplied by a social media user who commented, "This is kind of stupid."
It makes you think how many Cheetos and weird forms that you've eaten. Money down the drain.
Money down the pipe.
Yeah,
for sure.
exactly.
Thanks so much for being with us. It's now 6:32. I'm Robin Nance.
I'm Natalie Grant. I'm going to be inspecting my Cheetos. Today is Thursday, March 6th. Here's meteorologist Matt Gray.
Oh, well, what did we learn this morning? We are all too poor to catch them all. That's what we learned today. Temperatures right now a little bit cooler than we were the last few days, with basically not a cloud in the sky. 28 right now in Coeur d'Alene. Warmed up just slightly in Spokane to 30 degrees. Look at Colville, chilly this morning. Down to 21 with those clear skies and some northerly winds, bringing in some slightly cooler and drier air, at least for the time being. As you can see, just a few little high clouds over Lincoln County in that red color, but basically no low clouds in blue, which has been a change from recent days. Here are your highs for today. Almost perfect sunshine. It is going to be a beautiful day around the inland Northwest. Mid-50s across the central part of the Columbia Basin. Upper 40s in much of North Idaho. Could touch 50 degrees briefly. I expect low to mid-50s around Metro Spokane for the day. And we continue on with this temperature trend all the way up through the weekend. After that, though, well, things start heading in a wetter and cooler direction. We'll talk about that and some winds we're tracking today coming up.
Matt, thanks. Well, we are following some breaking news this morning of an escaped prisoner. Spokane Tribal Police say a 17-year-old escaped from corrections near the town of Ford. He was last seen swimming across Timotine Creek onto the reservation. Police say he continued his path up the hill and he would have come out near Samuels Road and Martha Boardman. Several departments and a helicopter are being used to search for him. Police are urging people in that area to lock their doors and secure your vehicles. If you have any information, make sure to contact 911. Well, new developments this morning in the University of Idaho murders case.
A redacted court filing says investigators allegedly found multiple DNA samples under the fingernails of one of the students murdered that night.
ABC's Kenna Whitworth breaks down this new information on the case.
Tonight, a new curveball in the case against accused murderer Brian Kohberger. In a redacted court filing, his defense team says investigators recovered DNA from 3 unidentified individuals under the fingernails of victim Madison Mogan, who was stabbed to death along with Kaylee Gonzalez, Xana Kernodle, and Ethan Chapin in an off-campus home at the University of Idaho. The defense arguing DNA test results were inconclusive and should be excluded at trial, saying it would mislead the jury. They also claim independent testing by the defense eliminated Kohberger.
They're saying it's not relevant. It's not going to disprove or prove any fact. It's only going to mislead the jury into maybe thinking Bryan Kohberger's DNA was there.
Kohberger's lawyers, who say he is innocent, now arguing his autism spectrum disorder should take the death penalty off the table, writing his facial expressions, including his lack of affect and concentrated stare, are already being assigned sinister meaning by observers.
And as we head towards this August trial, the Idaho State Senate just passing a bill to make execution by firing squad the main means of execution in the state. That bill is now headed to the governor's desk. Kana Whitworth, ABC News, Los Angeles.
And as you just heard, Bryan Kohberger's defense attorneys are fighting to take the death penalty off the table, arguing he has psychological impairments that would make execution unconstitutional. According to court documents, Kohberger's lawyers plan to show that he has autism spectrum disorder. The defense cites that Kohberger displays all the core signs of ASD. A doctor notes that Kohberger's compulsive actions, such as hand washing and other cleaning behaviors, are attributed to this. His lawyers also argue Kohberger should not face the death penalty because of his diminished ability to help with his own defense, writing, "No matter how helpful Mr. Kohberger may wish to be, it is simply not possible for him to aid counsel in a way that someone without defects accompanying ASD would be able to."
Now, we spoke with ABC legal analyst Matt Murphy to get his perspective about this autism argument and if it would help sway a jury.
Whether that's successful in front of an Idaho jury, if I was in Vegas, I would say good luck with that, guys. I don't see that getting a whole lot of gristle when the chips are actually down in trial and during deliberations.
To see why the defense says Kohberger's own behavior in the courtroom could create an unwarranted impression of a lack of remorse, look for this story on KXLY.com.
The Coeur d'Alene Fire Department is putting a 10-year, $16 million bond on the May ballot. If this new bond is approved in May, it will cost the owner of a $425,000 home nearly $70 per year. That bond will be used to remodel and renovate Fire Station 2, which has become the fire department's busiest station.
And we try and do our best with the funds that our community gives us to be good stewards and to also make sure that our people are in safe environments and they have safe apparatus to respond to calls on.
The fire department has not released its plan for Station 2 just yet, but it is considering renovating the current station or building an entirely new one. Your Good Morning Northwest time right now, 6:37.
Meteorologist Matt Gray in this morning, and he's telling us what we need to know.
Yeah, well, I think the biggest thing everybody needs to know is that this nice weather's going to last a little bit. So make your plans, start laying things out, but remember that by the time we get into next week, maybe you want to start changing some of those plans. We'll talk about the timeline coming up.
Connect with 4 News Now on KXLY+.
Your garage door is more than just an entry point. It's also an escape route. That is why our highly trained technicians handle every job with unmatched professionalism. From broken springs to noisy rollers, we'll get your door running smoothly, securely, and fast. Precision Garage Door Service. Fast, reliable, and friendly.
Spring is in the air and creativity is blooming everywhere at Custer's 48th Annual Spring Arts and Crafts Show this weekend at the Spokane Fair and Expo Center. Join us as over 250 artisans from across the Northwest display and sell their fine art, handcraft, and specialty foods. The variety and quality of work make this a must-see event. Single-day admission, only $8. Tickets on sale now at CusterShows.com. Custer's Spring Arts and Crafts Show this weekend at the Spokane Fair and Expo Center.
Coeur d'Alene Denture Clinic is locally owned and operated and has been providing personalized, comfortable, and satisfying care to our clients for over 30 years. Our licensed denturists are trained in the latest techniques in the construction, development, and preparatory work of a denture. Full dentures, implant attachments, repairs, fittings, adjustments, we do it all. Every denture is made to look as close as possible to your natural teeth. With our knowledge and friendly staff, competitive costs, and quality of service, you'll leave Coeur d'Alene Denture Clinic smiling.
Let's read some reviews. 5 stars. My shopping experience was excellent. We think you're excellent, Deborah.
We would buy from them again. Highly recommended.
Thanks, John, and we can't wait to see you again.
During Kerner Furniture's Customer Appreciation Sale, enjoy the best shopping experience as well as low sale prices on fine home furnishings.
We also guarantee the lowest Lazy Boy prices, and we will beat any in the area.
Stop by today for 5-star shopping and great sale pricing during Kerner Furniture's Customer Appreciation Sale.
Fred's Appliance and 4 News Now are teaming up for the Great American Flag Swap. On March 28th, bring your old, tattered flag to any Fred's location, and in exchange, you'll receive a new flag with help from Uncle Sam's Flag and Gift. Let's thank veterans and military families who are serving.
Fred's Appliance is proud to partner with 4 News Now for the Great American Flag Swap. We honor the sacrifices of our military families and veterans. Visit Fred's Appliance today, trusted for over 60 years, where we sell appliances, only appliances.
Braided hairstyles can be a go-to hairstyle for a lot of people, especially Black people, including children. But a new Consumer Reports investigation is concerned about synthetic braiding hair. This morning, we are breaking down the findings and tips on how you can stay safe.
For many people, braided hairstyles are more than just fashion. They're actually a proven style that makes hair care so much easier.
I like to wear braids because it saves me time in the morning. They're convenient. You can just style it and just go.
So, what do you need to know about your next install? Well, Consumer Reports released a new investigation about the safety of synthetic braiding hair. And they tested 10 popular synthetic braiding hair products. And when the results came back, they were quite troubling. Every sample contained carcinogens, which are chemicals that may cause cancer.
3 of the samples tested positive for benzene, a carcinogen that is highly regulated and discouraged for use in laboratories because of the potential to cause cancer.
James Rogers, who led the synthetic hair testing, says they found lead in 90% of the products.
There is no safe levels of lead. Our risk assessments and exposure models indicate that for users of these 9 products, they could be exposed to concerning levels of lead over time.
Now, the risks don't stop just there. When the hair is dipped in hot water during your install, it releases volatile organic compounds that can irritate your eyes, throat, and lungs. Consumer Reports contacted all the brands for comment, and only 2, Sensational and Magic Fingers, responded. They both disagree with Consumer Reports' testing methods. Sensational said, "We unequivocally stand by the safety of our products," and the company also added that consumers should continue to use their products. And also in response, Magic Fingers said, "We strongly stand by the safety of our products and the quality materials used to make them." So, if you use synthetic braids or if you install them, experts recommend you check for product recalls, read labels carefully, and limit how long you wear the style.
If you've experienced reactions to synthetic braiding hair, talk to your doctor and consider filing a report with the FDA. Reporting in studio, Hannah Joy, 4 News Now.
Thank you, Hannah. Now it's time for your 10-second takeaway in your weather. Beautiful weather today, sunny, breezy. You got a really warm weekend coming up. Might be close to as warm as last weekend was at times, and a pattern change that is going to, well, mess things up next week. We'll talk about it later.
It is now 6:42.
A group of people are getting up and walking the streets of downtown Spokane at 5 a.m. And no, it's not for exercise. Allison Martinez is live with their mission.
Every morning at 5 a.m. they start right here at Spokane City Hall and make a loop through downtown. We'll tell you more about their mission coming up.
Live stream KXLY Plus on the 4 News Now app.
Mamma Mia, the original record-breaking Broadway production returns. Celebrate the 25th anniversary of the most exhilarating smash hit musical ever. Coming to First Interstate Center for the Arts June 17th through 22nd. Get tickets at BroadwaySpokane.com.
4 News Now anchors, not just in the newsroom, but in the community, doing the work, listening to you, asking questions to help keep your family safe. We're the people you trust on your screens and in your neighborhood. We'll always be there on 4 News Now.
Did you know that Spokane Hyperbaric Center uses oxygen to reduce pain, inflammation, and swelling?
I didn't know that.
Did you know that hyperbaric oxygen therapy promotes new blood vessel growth, fights infection, and releases more stem cells from your bone marrow?
I didn't know that.
Would you like to know if Spokane Hyperbaric Center is the right choice for you? Go to hyperbarichope.com to find out.
Spokane Hyperbaric Center gave us hope. And now you know.
All aboard for Model Train Magic. Join us Sunday, March 9th at the Spokane County Fair and Expo Center. Experience amazing operating layouts in every scale, from tiny Z to giant G. Browse railroad art, memorabilia, and an incredible selection of trains and supplies. Plus, enjoy free parking and delicious food while your visit helps local children's charities. Get all the details at rivercitymodelers.org.
Why is a touchless wash best? Touchless doesn't smack and beat your vehicle with rags and raw brushes with the risk of scratches. Instead, we have multiple nozzles that deliver powerful 800 PSI water jets, covering everything from the sides, the roof, and even the undercarriage. Our mixtures remove dirt, grime, and those nasty, nasty street chemicals.
Car Wash Plaza, it's the best in the Northwest.
Experience winter fun at Silver Mountain Resort. Discover some of the best terrain in the region, just 30 minutes east of Coeur d'Alene, right off I-90. Relax in a beautiful condo, just a short stroll from the gondola, dining, exciting water slides, and indoor surfing at the water park. Enjoy a gondola ride to our exhilarating snow tubing and your gateway to snow rider heaven. Create unforgettable family memories at Silver Mountain. Book today at silvermt.com.
Sports on 4 News Now is brought to you by Coeur d'Alene Casino.
Welcome back. It's now 6:45. Every morning at 5 o'clock, a group of people is walking the streets of downtown Spokane and calling for change.
The Spokane Business Association is leading this group and asking Spokane leaders to resolve the health and safety crisis downtown. Allison Martinez is live this morning with this group. Allison, you took a walk with them this morning. What can you tell us?
Robin, Natalie, good morning. Now, this group is made up of a variety of people. There are people from the homeless advocacy space, there are business leaders, and just people who live in this community and genuinely care and want to see change happen. I'm joined by Gavin Cooley this morning, who is the CEO of the Spokane Business Association. We're outside of City Hall. This is where you guys started, and this is where you wrapped up your walk just a little bit ago, every day at 5 a.m. Why do you guys do this?
Yeah, it's my old home. I was the CFO of the city for 18 years, so here we are back at City Hall. We get up at 5 a.m. to really try to create an urgent call to respond to what we're seeing happening. In particular, we're taking a small part of the problem, but it's downtown. And it's homelessness, and it's also addiction and mental health, people on the streets. And really what we're seeing is an emergency that we need to deal with, and we're trying to create that sense of urgency by creating a metaphor for that, getting up early every day, 5 a.m., 7 days a week, and continuing doing that until there's really just a response, because you know, we've been doing it for a little over 2 weeks, and we just haven't seen a change. I think most people in Spokane would say there hasn't been a change, but it hasn't gotten better for years. It's getting worse. Yeah.
Walking along with your group, there were so many meaningful conversations being had between, you know, people who might not have even known each other, and you guys are documenting along the way what you're seeing.
Yeah, we're documenting along the way, and we're having it's a diverse group because it's an open invitation. And so one day you'll be talking to a social worker, somebody that may have years and years of experience, you know, working with these situations. There's a convergence around the idea we can fix this. And we really could do it almost overnight if we just came together to do it and decided that we must.
And that's what you guys are doing here. Well, thank you so much for joining us this morning. We'll send it back to you guys in studio.
Yeah, and that's something that we haven't seen before, this effort. So it's really interesting.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, here's a live look at the arena this morning, where that parking lot, it's the calm before the storm. A couple cars starting to trickle in there, I think I see, before State B kicks back off for day 2.
Yeah, the storm of basketball.
Yeah, and there's a ton of stuff that's going to be happening over the next 3-4 days as we get into the weekend.
Yeah.
And we're going to have some beautiful weather. There's one cloud across the entire inland Northwest. There it is, right there on the edge of Spokane here. Otherwise, lots of sunshine today. Barely a cloud in the sky. Temperatures right now in the 20s and 30s. Here is what your morning forecast looks like. We'll progress very quickly into the 40s with all of that sunshine, a light north wind that's going to become a little bit gustier as we head into lunchtime and beyond. Here's your afternoon. We're getting up into the 50s. expect even mid-50s around the valley, and we will have, once again, just some gusty conditions up to about 20-mile-an-hour gusts at times. So you'll notice the breeze a little bit today. But overall, if these are the kind of winds that we have to worry about, well, we ain't got to worry about them much at all. Now, there are some places that are going to be windier, places like Omak, Waterville. You get down into the Ephrata, Soap Lake, Moses Lake area. You get into places like the LC Valley and around Pullman. We'll see gusts into the 30-mile-an-hour range. Could see a couple gusts around 40. Not enough to create any big problems, however, but you're definitely going to notice the breeziness out there. High pressure takes control through the weekend. By the time we get to Monday, however, the pattern starts to change. I think the rain's going to hold off in our valley locations until Tuesday night or Wednesday. And by that point, it might be chilly enough to where we have to put at least a chance for the moment until we get a little closer of some wintry precipitation in the forecast, depending on the timing. Your morning sprint is coming up right after this.
Live stream KXLY Plus on the 4 News Now app.
4 News Now is brought to you by Shriners Children's Spokane, the most amazing care anywhere.
Happy anniversary! It's been 1 year since Mistaqua Casino Hotel opened its hotel, restaurant, and event center doors. And we thank you for staying and playing at Mistaqua Casino Hotel, located north of Spokane on Highway 395 near Chewelah, Washington. Relax in our comfortable hotel and indulge in wonderful dining at our hotel, restaurant, and casino cafe. Book your stay and play getaway today at Mistaqua.com.
Bill's Heating would like to congratulate Dino Scarpa on winning 2 tickets to the WCC tournament in Vegas.
Hey, Ben, I make this shot, you have to take me with you to Vegas. Deal?
All right, fine. But you got 1 shot.
Watch and learn. Okay. All right, 2 out of 3.
All 4 Click-It RV Superstores have gone mad with huge discounts on a huge selection of top brand RVs, which means the lowest prices, factory incentives, and rebates.
You guys gotta beat the spring rush and get in here now.
Shop online and find the floor plan you like, then build it, price it, and click it. Or come to any of our neighborhood locations. From travel trailers to fifth wheels, toy haulers to motorhomes. Get a better RV and the lowest price guarantee. Only at your neighborhood Click-It RV Superstore and ClickItRV.com.
Be a winner like me and get the Click-It RV.
Oof. Moving day never goes smoothly, does it? Let's just settle this little mishap, huh?
Who do we always see on the billboards again?
It's the one called That's All Guys.
After an accident like this, you deserve to be compensated fairly for everything you've had to go through. At Craig Swap & Associates, we only get paid after you win.
One call, that's all.
509-999-9999.
Alice's birthday is coming up. We're in this comfy room in Triple Play Hotel so we can make plans without her hearing.
So we need a huge cake, a giant salad, and a good-sized mariachi band. Hold on a second. Does it seem a little dark in here for 2 p.m.?
Sorry, guys. Where I'm from, they didn't do birthdays. It's very exciting.
Triple Play has fun attractions for everyone, including bowling, a ropes course, and many more, all attached to a cozy hotel.
See breaking news in your area or have a story idea? Contact 4 News Now.
Welcome back. Time right now is 6:53, and it's time to get you ready to take on your Thursday in the morning sprint.
Meteorologist Matt Gray tracking a bit of wind today and a beautiful sunshiny day ahead.
We have Hannah Joy live in studios with details on Target facing a 40-day boycott.
But first, Allison Martinez is live with a group walking the streets of downtown demanding change. Allison?
Every day at 5 o'clock in the morning, a group of people meets here at Spokane City Hall, and they make their way through downtown Spokane, and they're observing the people who are facing a homelessness crisis on the street. They're seeing this, and they're going to continue making this trek every single day until they see no one on the street here. Now, this is a group built of many people, homelessness advocates, business leaders, and so much more, all led by the Spokane Business Association. You'll see them every day at 5 a.m. through downtown Spokane.
little bit of a chill compared to earlier this week, but it is going to be a beautiful day. Barely a cloud in the sky. Warm up to the 40s very quickly this morning. Expect us to top out in the 50s. A north wind that'll get a little bit gusty during the afternoon. May bring at least a tiny bit of a chill in the air, but I think the sunshine is going to more than make up for it today.
We're following some breaking news this morning of an escaped prisoner. Spokane Tribal Police say a 17-year-old escaped from corrections near the town of Ford. He was last swimming across the Timokane Creek onto the reservation. Police say he continued up the path, up the hill, and he would have come out near Samuels Road and Martha Boardman. Several departments and a helicopter are now being used to search for him. Police are urging people in that area to lock your doors and secure your vehicles. And if you have any information, call 911.
The Coeur d'Alene Fire Department's putting a 10-year, $16 million bond on the May ballot. If the new bond is approved in May, it would cost the owner of a $425,000 home nearly $70 per year. The bond will be used to remodel and renovate Fire Station 2, which has become the fire department's busiest station. The fire department hasn't released its plan for Station 2 yet, but it is considering renovating the current station.
Firing squad could become Idaho's primary method of execution. A bill to do that is now on the governor's desk, and if it passes, the state would have 5 days from the time the death warrant is issued to determine whether execution by firing squad is available. And if it's not, the state would defer back to lethal injection. The bill now goes to Governor Little's desk, where it can either be signed or vetoed. Idaho would stand alone as the only state in the country to make this the primary method of execution.
The man accused of killing a 13-year-old Spokane boy has had to hear pleas from the child's grieving mother in court. She asked a court commissioner not to let Glenn Berkey out on bail. Berkey is the man accused of firing multiple rounds at a house during a drive-by shooting in January. One of those bullets killed 13-year-old Gavin Looper. In court, Looper's mother said Berkey's pattern of violent behavior should keep him behind bars. Berkey is scheduled to appear in court again March 18th.
This morning, Brian Kohberger's defense attorneys are fighting to take the death penalty off the table, arguing he has psychological impairments that would make execution unconstitutional. According to court documents, Kohberger's lawyers plan to show that he has autism spectrum disorder. The defense cites that Kohberger displays all the core signs of ASD. To see why the defense says Kohberger's own behavior could create an unwarranted impression of lack of remorse, you can look for this story on KXLY.com.
President Trump could decide this week to take the first steps to eliminate the Department of Education. White House officials have prepped an executive order to begin the process of dismantling the department, which the president could sign as soon as today. Fully eliminating the department would require an act of Congress, though.
The U.S. is pulling back on auto tariffs for Canada and Mexico amid heightened trade tensions and GOP pushback. President Donald Trump granted a 1-month exemption on those auto tariffs on the two countries, a move he said would protect the big three U.S. automakers from financial harm. And we'll have a closer look at the potential impacts of this coming up on Good Morning America.
This morning, Target is facing a 40-day boycott. Now, Dr. Jamal Bryant, the pastor of New Birth Baptist Church in Georgia, actually started this boycott. And for 40 days of Lent, Dr. Bryant is asking shoppers to give up Target.
Asking people to divest from Target because they have turned their back on our community. Black people spend upwards of $12 million a day. And so we would expect some loyalties.
The goal of the boycott is to hold large corporations accountable. And experts say with inflation and tariffs on the rise, the timing of this boycott could mean trouble for Target. For updates on this boycott, tune in to Good Morning America.
Well, Friday, March 14th is Pie Day, and Birdie's Pie Shop is already preparing. They're selling pies for $3.14 all day on Pie Day. And for more information and a full list of flavors, head to KXLY.com.
And we'll be back with a final check of weather right after this break.
4 News Now, we believe you should expect more from local news. Our team is committed to a community conversation and bringing you information you need when and where you need it. Numerica believes in and supports that mission.
Welcome to the card for Zags fans who dream big. Get your exclusive Gonzaga debit card from Numerica today.
Fairway Floor Abbey Carpet in Post Falls has been North Idaho's premier flooring shop for over 30 years. From remodels to new construction, they've got your home or business covered from wall to wall. Their expert design team will work with you to find the perfect floor for your lifestyle and budget. They've got the lowest prices. From carpet and area rugs to hardwood, LVP and laminate, if you can dream it, they can floor it. Dream it, design it, live it at Fairway Floor Abbey Carpet in Post Falls.
Are you looking for a great place to get a great workout and crush those New Year's resolution goals? Let's go! Join now and strive to thrive in 2025 at Move Fitness. Join the movement.
Beautiful sunshine here in Spokane. Going to be a busy day here in downtown. And that is going to continue on into the weekend, and the weather is going to cooperate with us. A little breezy today. Nice weather on Friday as we stay in the low 50s. Expecting a little bit more cloud cover, but also an increase in temperatures over the weekend. Partly cloudy, 54 Saturday. Sunday, we have an opportunity to be, I think, very close to 60 degrees by the end of the day. Now, next week, totally opposite. Looking at a cool down and the potential for some wet weather by midweek.
I'll be outside all weekend long. That'll be so nice. Well, thanks for starting your day with us on Good Morning Northwest.
We'll see you throughout GMA. It starts now.